Back in Chicago for the Big Ten Tournament, a place where the Badgers made a lot of magic 4 years ago. We'll recap the Badgers' run at the United Center on today's show. And Jay Williams has the weekly sit-down with head coach Greg Gard. All coming up on today's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
With the ball is Reavers left of the circle, goes inside to Happ, who bobbled it, recovers. Baseline left, backing on Tillman, low on the left, takes it right, layup good. There you go. First points for Happ, 8-2, Michigan State, 2:40 gone by. He'll throw to Reavers left of the wheel, into Davison left of the lane, backing on McQuaid. Brad left block, turns, fades, flips, hits. First points for Davison, 11-4 Michigan State. Fritzl, he is with Lawyer high on the right. Shovels a pass to King right side. Shot clock at 12. Kobe dribbles off the right wing. Arns goes down, nothing called. Easy path to the basket for King, who puts it in. Throwing to Ford at the top of the circle. A pass for Reavers outside right. Ward on him. A bounce into Kobe King, moving in on Aaron Henry. Low on the right to the rim, layup good. Well, there you go. King with 4. It's 20-10 Michigan State. Back against Ward. Out to King. He'll catch left of the circle. Back into Ethan in a two-man game. And he'll feed King. Left corner 3. Nailed it. Kobe King was 7 in the first half. This is Wisconsin basketball. Stolen by Ethan Happ. Happ to the rim, and he hammers it down with the right hand. He'll drive to the goal and hammers it down. And running into Davison, who takes the charge again. The feed to Trice, who splashes a triple. Out the fourth with 3 left of the circle. Tie game.
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is presented by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
This is where amazing happens, where ideas turn into realities. This is where they developed a better way to observe blood flow, a better way to visualize pediatric heart surgeries before they even happen. You see, at UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital, they're not just changing the lives of their patients, they're changing the way the world treats complex pediatric conditions. UW Health. Remarkable.
Hy-Vee's Choice Reserve and Prime Reserve beef, arguably the best beef in America. Their quality and flavor are undisputable, undeniable. Let's get ready to be unstoppable! And the winner by unanimous decision, Hy-Vee!
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
With the ball is King on the left side. He's at the left elbow. Bounce pass to Happ, baseline left. He's against Xavier Tillman. Happ runs it out to Trice. Good look at a 3. Left wing, money. Dmytryk Trice for 3. 35-27 Michigan State. Trice angles to the left wing. Winston with a tight defense. Bounce pass to Happ. Quick spin. Baseline left to the rim. Layup good. Happ with 10. And it's 38-29 Michigan State. A minute 40 into the second half. Davison looking to inbound, and he'll float it back out near half court for Ethan Happ. We'll get it back to Davison, left of the circle, checked by McQuaid. Davison bounces to Happ, left of the lane. Happ against Kithier again, low on the left, goes up left hand, good, off the glass, 14 for Happ. 10:18 to play, 47-38 Michigan State. Happ out front, inside feed for Iverson, low on the left, one pump, takes it right, up, in, it counts, and a foul. Khalil Iverson, grown man's 1-and-1, or and one, I should say, a grown man's and one. Talk about playing through contact, he just did it again.
And we're going to learn from our mistakes today. I think that we haven't had everybody firing on all cylinders yet, and I think once that happens, or when that happens, we're going to be very, very deadly.
All of those losses, we definitely could have won. I mean, it's easy to say, but we were looking back at the games and watching film. They're games that we were in. So even today, like you said, is barely a double-digit loss, and they came out almost being up 20 in the first 8 minutes or so. So just battling back, like I mentioned, and just sticking in there.
You know, we were 2 for 14 from 3. Those shots aren't going, and they were missing some stuff inside too, which doesn't help. So I said it before that, you know, it's got to be one or the other. You can't have both of those things not going for you.
I think coach is big on momentum. We always talk about momentum. Obviously, we didn't get the momentum we wanted coming from this tournament, coming away with the Big Ten championship. You know what? We showed a lot of toughness. We showed a lot of fight, and we did a lot of little things really well. We just didn't knock down shots. That's something that we'll all get back in the gym, and we'll be ready to go for the tournament. Just knowing, you know, that's one of the best teams that you're going to see in the country. If we hit shots, we're toe-to-toe with them, and we know that. We're a confident bunch. Moving forward, we just know that we can compete with anybody.
We're one of the top teams in the country, and we have, hopefully we'll be a little higher seed. But to hang in here when we had such a poor shooting night against Michigan State, you know, one of the top-tier teams as well, that bodes well for us going into the tournament.
We weren't consistent enough inside, and obviously really struggled from the perimeter, even though we had some really good looks. So learned from this, and had a really good regular season. For this group to go 23-10 and be in the position they've been with the schedule they've played, and put themselves in position for postseason play. So we'll look forward to seeing what happens tomorrow, and continue to try to get better and see how long we can play in the next tournament.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.
Half the rebound for the Badgers. Here comes Ethan up the right sideline of the front court against Isaiah Roby. Ethan right of the lane and finds the cutter. That's Reavers down the lane. Layup good. Good start for the Badgers. Tim Miles will take a 30-second timeout. The ball is Nate Reavers on the right wing. Reavers throwing to Ford for 3. Left of the circle. Nailed it. A lean forward from distance. Leaves it for Davison. Right hand toss for Reavers. Good pass to Pritzl on the right wing with 12 on the shot clock. Reavers turns to Ford. Another 3 in the air. Good, and one. Borkart got him. 4-point opportunity for a lean Ford. And the lead is 12 for the Badgers. Off the rim, no good. Happ the rebound. Had to run low with the shot clock winding down. Happ up the left sideline for Wisconsin. Throws to Davidson. Open 3, left of the circle. Nailed it. Brad Davison, his first hit from 3. He was 3 out of 6 against Ohio State on Sunday. Throws to Trice, flips to Ford, sends to Reavers, rotates to Iverson on the left side. Shot clock at 8. Pushing Iverson outside now. 5 to shoot. Khalil, left foul line extended jumper is good. Couple of jumpers in the first half for Iverson. Wisconsin has gone more than 2.5 minutes without a point. King goes in the half, back out to Ford, turns to Pritzl. A pass fake now for 3, left of the circle. Off the rim, no. Rebound, King back up and in. Kobe King with a putback. King flips to Reavers. Shot clock at 10. Back to King. Between the arcs. True blood defending. 7 to shoot. King. Now for Reavers. Fakes the 3. He's open. He'll take the 3 straight away. Banked it in. Nate Reavers goes glass from straight away. 52-48. Wisconsin leading Nebraska. Iverson on the right side, goes into half, low on the right. Tough pass, got to Trice, 3-shot left corner is good. Trice from half. 55-48, Wisconsin, first points of the game for Dmytryk Trice. Here's Trice throwing to Ford right side, fakes the three, drives off the wing. A lean foul line jumper, good. 2 more for Aleem Ford, he has 11.
We knew, that they already had 2 games. They had played 2 games. So we didn't want to come out here and, oh, well, they played 2 games. Let's just take it easy. Like, no. We're just trying to come out and, try to end it as soon as possible. And, that's what we talked about, like putting our foot on their throats and, just coming out, being aggressive and, trying to get the game over with.
It's a team game, so just playing off of each other. I know we had a lot of guys that played really well today. Khalil, Meach. So just making sure that when your time is called or it's your time to just step up and be ready, because you never know when it's going to be.
Never easy. We made it more difficult on ourselves at times than we needed to, but proud of our guys, how we were able to rally there at the end, make some shots, get some stops. And knowing that Nebraska was playing well, we were going to be fighting against that momentum and emotional push that they had going the last couple days. Nice thing about this is you get a chance to survive, advance, and move on to next.
It's always get to the next play. We've been in that situation many times before, and we've always pulled it out kind of like what we did today. So it's just trying to keep that cool, calm, and collected mentality just to get to the next play, and things will work out.
We can't change our mistakes or anything, so just focus on what's coming up ahead and make sure that we don't do anything again to have those mistakes happen again. So just trying to stay together, don't let guys get separated and be upset about stuff that happened in the past. So just making sure we bring each other up.
We always stay unfazed. We always stay unfazed, and we say stick together. There's going to be highs and lows in games. It's a game of runs. You just kind of got to remain content. Content's kind of my word that I always say to the guys. You can't get fazed, can't get rattled. Just stick together and continue to do what we do.
I've just been taking them, and I knew I could do it, but I've just been taking them lately. Just being more aggressive, like I said previously. And my mom was here again, so.
It's been encouraged, it's been worked on. I think right now, the last month, he's really played, the confidence level and assertiveness level is at an all-time high. And you'll want to see a senior that's helped this program, be able to play his best basketball at the end of his career in the last few weeks of that, and he's definitely doing that.
Wish it wasn't so back and forth, that we were consistent the whole 40 minutes, but I'd say just being in these situations definitely helps us out when the going gets tough, and especially where we are now in March and just in the tournament. So I guess having some experience under our belt in these situations helps out a lot.
It gives you some experience. I think that's what March is all about. There's no easy games anymore. You got to come to play. You got to. There's something about fighting throughout games. There's also something about finishing games, and so you got to finish games to the best of your ability. I think being in a close game today will give us confidence moving into tomorrow. But with that being said, also you want to minimize the reasons that get you into a close game. There's a lot of reasons that kept it close today that we need to improve on.
Hy-Vee's Choice Reserve and Prime Reserve Beef, arguably the best beef in America. Their quality and flavor are undisputable, undeniable. Let's get ready to be unstoppable! And the winner by unanimous decision, Hy-Vee!
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Ever since she can remember, she's wanted to become a doctor, a surgeon to be exact. Maybe it's because she's good at science, or because she loves math, or maybe it's because Lydia was born with a serious craniofacial anomaly, a cleft lip and palate that required a series of complex surgeries. And now she just wants to help others, just like the surgeons at UW Health helped her. UW Health in the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
We're back on the Badger Sports Report. I'm Jay Williams, sitting in for Matt LePay, who had to go to Arizona this week to call some Brewers games. Went to the lefty out of the bullpen. We're here with Coach Gard. The way we're taping these, it's before you guys even leave for Chicago. So, you know, futures and games and whatever we're not going to worry about. But I did want to ask you, this year with the success that you guys have had, you missed the tournament last year. I'm not going to put in any words or whatever that you're in, you're whatever. The experts are saying you're in. How does that feel to have the okay, you have the blip, but now you guys are putting yourself back in a position to be in the tournament and make another March run?
Right. Well, I think the one thing is you get a complete understanding of why you did or didn't do something in a previous year, and obviously there were a lot of factors, a lot of reasons why we didn't have the success we wanted. But I think this group has done a terrific job of utilizing those experiences, some positive that helped us grow through last year and prepare for this year, and some also were motivating factors of obviously not playing in the postseason. So this group has done a great job of utilizing all those contributing factors to help us get ready and be a better team this year. And obviously part of those factors were the injuries were a big component of it. Youth was a component of it. The only way you're going to get older, you got to go through something. It doesn't happen overnight by snapping your fingers. So really proud of this group of how they've overcome and really built themselves into a really good team here.
And speaking of building, Ethan Happ, the first ever three-time first team All Big Ten player in Wisconsin history. I feel like you could speak for a half hour. You might need to get a couple bottles of water to really come out with what Ethan has meant to this team and this program. But that's a pretty good accomplishment.
Oh, that's a tremendous. I mean, to be the only one in school history that has done that, and there's only, I think you can probably count on not have to use both hands to get the people in Big Ten history that have done that for 3 straight years to be first team all conference. That speaks to his consistency, that speaks to his work ethic, that speaks obviously this past year to his commitment to this program and this university to not forego his 5th year, his last year of eligibility, and chase the professional goals that he has, to come back and really, he wanted to make sure this team got back to the NCAA tournament, and he's been such a huge part of so many things over the past 5 years, and obviously he's helped. Probably this past 2 years has been the biggest workload of all because he's helped us transition from youth and injuries in a rough year to coming back and having a really good year, and he's been at the center of it, and obviously we're really appreciative of all he's done. He's left his fingerprint and his fingerprints or his footprint here that'll go on for a long time.
Another guy honored, honorable mention, Dmytryk Trice. Kind of a nice step after he was out, as you mentioned, for injury. Back, something to build on?
Absolutely. I think obviously anytime you get recognized by those outside the program, we understand not only Dmytryk, but I could talk about down through the roster of people that contributed to us to make us the team that we are. And obviously people on the outside obviously recognize with Meach as well. The tournament time, guys, more is expected of them. Obviously, I think you've talked about timeouts and the amount of time, that guys they're longer, guys are getting a little rest then, but guys like Ethan, Brad, Dmytryk, averaging 32 minutes a game in conference play. This is really the time that could go up, right? I mean, you never know, depending on how the games go, going forward. But this is really the time that Eric Helland, Henry Perez-Guerra earned their keep, really. Well, they're invaluable the whole year. I mean, really, the strength and conditioning and obviously sports medicine that Henry's in charge of with our team, they're so important all the time. And rest and recovery and rejuvenation and all those things of trying to take care of the body, because these guys do go through a lot. They put a lot gets put on their shoulders, no pun intended, in terms of lifting and those things, but just the wear and tear of a season over the past 3-4 months. That it's important other times of the year. It's really important. It gets magnified this time of year because your turnaround is so short. Hopefully you're playing a Thursday, Saturday, or in a Big Ten tournament, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. or a Friday, Sunday in the NCAA tournament if you get the second set of days. So we heavily rely on not only their work with our players, but I go to them a lot in terms of, all right, what do you read these guys? How do you see them? What is our workload too much? Do we need to back off? Where can we gain an advantage? And those two guys work hand in hand and been terrific for us in this program.
The one and done nature, not of the players coming in, but one and done in games. Now you win and you move on, you lose and you're going home. Does that change the way you guys prepare or the way you guys coach at all?
No, and I think the biggest mistake you can make is change. And not that you don't. They understand the sense of urgency. I think our players don't live under a rock. They understand if you don't win, you're done. But at the same time, there's been a formula and a process to how we've approached every game, and we have a take one game at a time, then move on to next mentality anyway. So really, we don't, other than maybe your preparation time in between games. If you happen to win the first one, you get to play the second one. You have a one-day turnaround. We've had a couple of those during the season. We had 3 games in 3 days in the Bahamas. So we've been in that mindset before, and actually when we go through that in November and sometimes December, when you have quick turns from game to game, we talk about that this can apply to what we hopefully we'll see in March. So just the mentality that we try to build throughout the year comes into play. So I think the biggest mistake you can make is change right now, or make drastic changes to what you're doing. You're smart in terms of how you're using your time, but the emphasis of what we need to do really is on us, and we need to be the best version of Wisconsin in the tournament.
In the best version of Wisconsin is confident and focused players. How important is it to have people peaking kind of at this point in the year?
Well, you try to. It's easy to talk about it, but to try to hit that is another thing. I mean, you're striving for different goals during the year, and obviously you put all the chips on the table that you can to try to get the regular season conference championship. Then you turn around really quick in a week, try to get the Big Ten tournament championship, and now you're in a position where you're trying to go after a national championship. So I don't know if you want to save yourself, so to speak, or you try to, with the rest and recovery and some of those things as you build through the year, but have a method in place that you're going to follow the same plan. And I think the guys, the more routine you can be, the more you can be in this is how it is every day, and they're used to it. When you start tipping it upside down and giving them a lot of change, that gets them, our players, out of their routine, and then that causes some alarm on their standpoint. So I think from as a coach's standpoint, you continue to maintain confidence, you continue to push forward, but understand, we're going to play an opponent that's really good. No matter who we get, where we get them, it's one of the best 68 teams in the country. There's not many of us left standing. So we're going to have to be really good, and that's where the focus needs to be on ourselves more so than, we'll know a lot about the opponent, but we're going to have to stay true to what put us in this position.
All right, well, we're going to stay true to our format as well, and that means we're going to take a break here. Coach Gard will be back in a couple of minutes with the Great Dane Great Question of the Week.
They are the ones who found a way to isolate a single prostate cancer cell hidden amongst a billion healthy blood cells. The ones pioneering advanced genomic testing in order to create personalized treatment protocols. They are the ones you want to talk to when the diagnosis is prostate cancer. They are the physicians and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the Carbone Cancer Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There is no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is presented by UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
We are back for our Great Dane Great Question of the Week, and Elizabeth in Madison wants to know what the rule is for when a team-called timeout on the floor becomes a longer official timeout.
Well, Elizabeth, thanks for your question. And Jay, it goes actually during the regular season. It's the first called timeout of the second half becomes a media timeout. During the postseason, it changes somewhat because obviously other TV networks are involved. Timeouts, the media timeouts are actually longer a little bit in the NCAA tournament, and halftimes are longer. They're 5 minutes longer instead of 15 minutes. We're 20. They work at 20 minutes, so there are some subtle differences, maybe none that fans watching on TV may notice, but typically the first call timeout of the halves becomes a full media timeout.
All right, well, thank you, Elizabeth, for the question. The Great Dane has 4 locations in Madison: East Side, Fitchburg, downtown, and Hilldale, and of course, I think Matt's favorite location is up in Wausau as well. Next week, Matt will return here as the Badgers chase the postseason right here on the Badger Sports Report. Thanks for watching.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
There is a boy who likes tractors and trains, a boy whose heart was far too strained. He was sick, you see, with a heart that broke. His heart needed fixing, his family needed hope. Enter our doctors with their newfangled tests. Enter our teams whose care is the best. Healthy and happy, the little boy's back, playing with tractors and trains on his track. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.